Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Marlene and in today's video I have some fancy dresses from Everpretty to share with you. Everpretty reached out to me and asked me did I fancy doing a little haul, and I wasn't going to turn it down. They have sent me 3 dresses and you know how it works. They gift me the dresses and they gift you a discount code. You can save 25% on your order over £50 if you use my code, which is just Marlene25. I'll leave it here on the screen and I will put all the details, links and everything else that you need to know in the description box. The first dress I picked is this absolutely stunner of a dress. It is a floor length gown, but it is the fabric of it that I am in absolutely love with. If you look closer, you can see it's like a flowery pattern in it, but it is the thread in it that gives that shine to it. It's just so stunning. Now what it actually is, if I just turn it around, you can see that this is actually a mesh overlay, and then underneath it is then fully lined. So obviously nothing is on display, but it is a layered dress. And you see there, so you can see there's like the slip underneath it, but everything is stuck together. In the middle we then have this satin band, which is so beautiful. There aren't all that many other details on it, just a zip down the back, but it is, as I say, it's the fabric. I picked mine in a UK size 26, which is what I said on the measuring charts that follow with the dresses, that what I needed. And this dress is on the website for £53.99. This dress is unbelievably beautiful. I'm in absolute love with it. Unfortunately, it's a little bit on the small side. On top of that, it's a little bit on the short side. It just goes to my ankles, a little bit below my ankles. I was expecting it to be, you know, grazing the floor, but it's not. And I'm only 5'5.5". So it is a lot shorter than I actually expected it to be, but by God, it's beautiful. Now, as I say, it is half a size too small. This band here keeps kind of pulling up underneath my bust, and it's simply just because there's not enough fabric for it to move freely over my tummy. It does have these paddings in the cups underneath here, which I actually think that I'm going to remove from the dress because I genuinely don't need it. I'm going to have to see how it looks, but my biggest problem with this dress is the zip. These dresses get invisible zips put into them, and invisible zips is great, it looks fantastic. However, closing them is a nightmare and you can't manage it on your own, and per usual everybody in the house is out and about and doing their own thing, so I have nobody here that can help me close it. I managed to get it up a little bit of the way, but it gets stuck and it's so annoying. I love this dress so much. I actually think I'm going to reorder it for my birthday. That could be a nice birthday present to myself in a bigger size, because this dress actually goes up to a UK size 30. So I think maybe if I order a size 28, I would have a little bit more room over the belly and I think it would just flow nicer. I love this dress. It is just beautiful. My next dress is once again a full floor length gown. This is like a GRESIAN style dress. And once again, it is a layered dress. I'm gonna lift it up here. So you have the mesh overlay and then you have the solid skirt underneath it. Once again, everything is stuck together, so you don't have parts that's kind of like all over the place. Once again, a band just around your waist. This one is pretty much under the bust, and you do have the crisscross section up here in the front. This dress is just so beautiful. Our back, we have like an open back with a little closure up here, and look at this little detail here. Look at that little button there, sparkly little gems on it, and then once again a zip to go on down. I got this one once again in a UK size 26, going by the measuring chart that's there, and this one's on the website for £52.99. Another absolutely stunning dress. I'm in love with this one as well. This dress actually came in loads of different colors as well, and it also goes up to a size 30. I do think that I need a size 28 in this dress because this one is a little bit snug as well. Now the length, I should just mention while I am here, this one is a bit longer than the first one, and even with a bit of a heel on, I would still have the proper length, which is really, really nice. Again, lovely and flowy dress, so beautiful. Now size is where it comes in here underneath my bust, because I'm very broad. I don't have much of a waist, so I struggle a bit for space underneath here. And once again, you can see the band just kind of want to crunch up underneath my bust. Now here in the bust, now again, keep in mind that I have a very large chest, but I did discover I actually have a little bit of extra fabric that I could loosen out from this here and pull up a little bit. And I think if I had a bit more of a plunging bra underneath, then this one would sit absolutely perfect. I love the shoulders of this dress, should I mention as well. I think it's very pretty, and I actually think it looks very good even on my big arms. So very happy. Now the back, once again, this is where you can tell the dress is just that half size too small. it is a little bit kind of squeezing on my back, which is not the best look, is it? But I think this one in a size 28 would have been absolutely perfect as well. And I do think this is such a beautiful dress. Goes up to, once again, size 30, and they did have this in several colors as well. So definitely worth having a nosy at this option if you need a fancy dress for a special occasion. For my last dress, I on purposely picked a dress that has a long sleeve in it, because for many years I was extremely self-conscious of my arms, didn't like showing them off, and having dresses like the ones that we've just seen always caused a problem that I need to find something to wear over my arms. I no longer have a problem with my arms, but I know I'm not the only one, so I thought, do you know what, let's find that option. I picked this one on purpose because the sleeve is a little bit different. We have an elasticated cuff, but the sleeve is open, meaning we still have the coverage, but we still have the arms on display as well. So it's somewhere in between, which is absolutely perfect if you ask me. The rest of the dress, we have a crisscross front here in the bust, and then we have a little applique here underneath the bust, which is just so pretty, into, once again, a full length gown, which is, once again, in layers. So we have the mesh overlay, and then we have the full skirt underneath. Once again, everything safely secured underneath it, which I really, really appreciate. I once again picked the size 26, and this one is on the website for $61.99. And then there is the last dress, and I do think this is my favorite of them all. Now, it also does have the best fit of them all, but I do recommend that you size up at least one, if not two sizes. It's going to be two sizes in my case. I'm definitely going to get the size 28 from now on if I do another haul from them, which I hope I will do. I love this dress, and the length of this dress is better suited to me as well, because even when I'm on my tiptoes like now, this dress is still hitting the floor, which is just what I personally prefer. Once again, lovely and flowy, and I do think this one came in several colors as well. The applique sits beautiful underneath my bust. Again, I do need a more plungy bra on. Now, the star of this show is definitely the sleeves, because my arms are covered. I don't feel self-conscious of my arms, but I still have that peekaboo moment, so I'm still showing a little bit of skin. It still has that sexy wow factor, even though I am covered, which I really do appreciate. Now, the back on this dress is fully covered as well, which is something that I personally just prefer in dresses, but that's just me. I love this dress, and as I said, I would probably rather have had it in a size 28, but I do like the fit of this one. I just think this dress is so beautiful. I absolutely love it, and as far as I remember, it does come in, was it 3 or 4 different colors, and it also goes up to a size 30, which is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I think this one is the winner of the whole show. I think this one is my favorite. And that is it for today. First of all, a huge thank you to Everpretty for reaching out to me and working with me yet again. It was definitely my pleasure. Who would not love prancing around in fancy dresses in their own bedroom all day long? I could definitely do that. But listen, don't forget that I will leave the links and discount codes and everything else that you need to know in the description box. But listen, if you made it this far and sat through the ads for me, thank you very much, because that's how you're helping my channel. But with all that said and done, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.